Right, here we go. Final one before the final season on the F122 game. Hopefully F123 has much better menus. F1 Life. Please, the rumours not be true. I do not want F1 World if it's anything like F1 Life. Spain. This is the first time trial. And this one, we have 2 race directors. How fun. I mean, the last 2 laps we could kind of ignore. The worst lap then, that wasn't a spin, was a 19.0, and the best lap was a 18.3. So a lot of variation there, not quite what we want, but it'll do for now. It will certainly do for now. Balls. No, Team Magic's just gone live. Anyway, yeah, this is on Saturday the 22nd, just before 9 o'clock. Anyway, yeah, just gone through the race director. Go away, pens. I'm going to keep playing with you if I keep them in my hand. Looking at the leaderboard, not quite following the target of the top 15%. Yeah, well, I mean, the target was top 20%. Although, technically, the original target was top 25%, because that's what I was doing in the summer break last season. So technically, we achieved the goal. However, top 23%, not as good as we would like. Would have preferred it to be in the top 20%. But top 23%, still respectable. It's the worst one we've had so far. But it's still good. Top 25% is still really good. The results then. The session theoretical best is 3 tenths quicker, an 18.0, so that's really good. And the best 5 laps, best we've had all season, time, all in all. 2 laps within a tenth of each other, and top 5 laps within 4 tenths of each other. That's the best we've had so far, and if we can try and keep that up, that'll be really good. But if we can't, no biggie. We'll just come back stronger next time. Interesting to note that the fastest sectors did not come on our fastest lap, which helps with the session theoretical best. That's what makes it a lot higher than it could have been. So we've got a lot of room to improve, and that's really good. On to Monaco. For this one, we do have a leaderboard before. I did do a lap, and it was in the Ferrari when I retired from that race. Lando. Was it Lando? Yeah, it was Lando. Because with the Williams, I caused a virtual safety car, thinking it was a safety car. And yeah, and then Alpine, I crashed by myself. Hopefully no dramas with Mercedes, because Alfa Romeo is good. On this leaderboard, we are top 21%. I don't know how, especially with a 4-second gap to the top time trial leaderboard. Top time trial. You can see a 181. I'm just going to check something quickly, because it is because it is 3 tenths. I have included it. Okay. There are some circuits where the time trial at the top is really has a really big margin over the next couple of ones, but this one wasn't big enough, so I did not ignore it. I did use it, but let's see what we can do. You've probably already seen what I did. The worst one was technically lap 2, had a spin and invalidated the lap. But other than that, we were in the 1 minute 12s for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 of the laps out of 13, and one of which was a spin. So 9 out of 12, 3/4, really good. Therefore, the worst lap was a 13.5 on lap 12. No, never mind. 13.7 on lap 8. And the best lap was a 1 minute 12.0 on lap 10. Where does that put us in the leaderboard? Puts us into the top 16%. Really good. Really nice confidence boost heading into the final season. A lot more of this and we'll be set for life. Overall results. Unfortunately, the session theoretical best was the best lap that we did. No time within a tenth of the fastest lap. The second lap being just under 4 tenths behind. Top 5 laps being within 8 tenths of each other. So, although the 1 lap Monaco pace is good, it's precision that counts, not accuracy. Accuracy is nothing if you have no precision. So, like to get a little bit more precise with our lap times, but that'll come with practice. And as long as we finish the Monaco Grand Prix this season, we'll get plenty of practice. 78 laps to be, well, no, it'd be more than 78 laps. If we followed the practice strategy that we have been doing for since the beginning of last season, Saudi Arabia, if I follow that strategy, then was it from last season? I think it might have been either from last season or the season before. No, it was last season. Yeah. If we follow the strategy we've done from last season, we'll have 18 plus 78. We'll do 15 plus 75 plus 6, which is 96. We should have 96 laps under our belt left to do around Monaco. Anyway, that's enough talk of Monaco. I hate it so much, so I don't know why I spent 4.5 minutes on it. Azerbaijan. No time trial around here. I think Monaco was the only one that had a beforehand. But there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. I am just checking if any other had a before. France, Great Britain, and Canada also did. Obviously, Canada we've crashed out a couple of times, and Great Britain. Well, I've just done Great Britain because I like Great Britain, and France. I think I did crash once, didn't I? Oh yeah, when Ferrari blew up on my birthday. Pain. Hopefully, no blowouts this time until after the season. 10 laps around Azerbaijan. The worst one, a 51.8. Was obviously, as it's so far away from my fastest lap, being a 41.3. I am counting that as a mistake. And the 41.3, probably a rogue one as well, being quite far ahead of all the other laps. But doesn't matter, as that put us into the top 21% of Xbox players. Azerbaijan's one of my bogey ones. I really loved the circuit, but it just does not work for me. I don't know why. Top 21%. Yeah, I would have liked that to be a little bit higher, but it's all good. Really enjoy the circuit, so hopefully we can gain some time around here. It is a long circuit, so plenty of places to try and gain time. There's a lot of low speeds, so if we can get some confidence through low speed, we should be good. Results then. Yeah, rogue lap, no time within 4/10 of the fastest lap, and the top 5 laps are within 9/10 of each other, and a session theoretical best only 7/100ths faster. So not really much room for improvement. As you can see, the reason lap 9 was so far ahead was sector 2. So if we can be consistent in sector 2, we should be good, and just need to try and find some pace in sector 3. I think we all know where that's going to. I think we all know what we need to do there, so not much to dwell on there. Let's go over to Canada. Really enjoy this circuit as well. There's a lot of circuits I enjoy. Canada beforehand, we are in the top 28%, although we haven't time trialed around here since. I've just realised that France is going to show my birthday. No, it won't. I will block it out. You know my age. You don't need to know my birthday too. You can kind of work it out actually though. I've just narrowed it down even more by saying when Canada was. Anyway, I can just block that out. Canada top 28%, really good. See how much higher we can get on the leaderboard. Race director, the quickest lap being in the 11s. Unfortunately, it was invalidated 1:11.1. However, the fastest lap after that would then have been a 1:11.5. Really annoying to see that there was such disparity between what could have been our fastest lap and our actual fastest lap. Would have preferred it if we did do another 1:11.1. But it's much better than the slowest lap of a 12.5. Where does it put us in the leaderboard? The 1:11.5 puts us into the top 19%. Really good, really good, and hopefully we can push even further at the end of next season and get even higher on the leaderboard and stay there, because no one else will play this game after that. I'm still surprised we haven't got any news about F123. I know there's probably going to be some news once this video goes out, which hopefully is tomorrow on the 23rd. But yeah, we haven't really got any news. I mean, the beta test, that's been announced. And that's pretty much all the news we've had since that screenshot. The image saying a new start. Really weird. And we're almost at the end of April. In the middle of April is when we normally get the trailer for the film. For the game. Anyway, enough of that. On to the results. And this one's a lot more promising. 3 laps within that actual fastest lap, and the top 5 laps being within 3/10 of each other. So minus that invalidated lap, which probably was caused by cheesing the final chicane a lot, so that's probably why it was so much quicker. But yeah, it's looking good. The theoretical best was a 1:11.1 as well, so there's room to improvement. That'd probably put me in close to the top 15% on the leaderboard as well. So we try and find that pace, translate it into the race, and we should be good to win. On to Great Britain then. Never mind. Oh, what am I talking about? It's France. Top 26% on the leaderboard. Hopefully that can improve a lot. Ferrari, right at the beginning of the game, right at the beginning of August, and yeah, I'm just trying to think, is it going to be worth putting some white noise over Canada just so I don't narrow it? Nope, I can't be bothered. I'm just going to ignore it. Top 26%. Let's see if we can get into the top fifth of players. Laps we did 12 of them, 5 of them invalidated. The fastest one that wasn't invalidated was a 28.3. The slowest one was a 28.9. So quite a gap, 6/10. However, the closest lap time to the 28.3 was a 28.6. Where does it put us on the leaderboard though? Top 17%, really good to see, and 6/10 improvement on the personal best on the lap. So really nice to see. It's put us up 9%. However, the results, not too good. No laps within 1/10, and the top 5 laps, however, were within 5/10. So it's much better than Abu Dhabi. We're not even done Abu Dhabi. Much better than Australia. Why can't I say the right one? Much better than the gaps that we were seeing in Bahrain to Miami. They were what, 6, 1 second, 6/10, 6/10, and 5/10. So actually, it's not. It's falling in line with average. Session theoretical best. A little bit annoying that it's only just below a 10th. I would like that to be 2/10 or 3/10, but we got to take what we can. And a 28.3 is still a really good lap for me, and hopefully we won't get any problems like a random disqualification. Why am I still salty about stuff like that? I don't know. On to Austria. This one has 2 race directing screenshots. However, the second one is not needed. It was a 1:14.8. I made a poor mistake trying to push for the final lap. The best lap was, however, a 1:05.5, and the slowest lap was a 1:06.1. So 6/10 between them, just like Silverstone. So it's good. However, unlike Silverstone, this one, Austria had a lot of lap times that were quite close to the fastest. So the result screen is going to look really good. On to the leaderboard, into the top 16% of players. Really good there. And yeah, hopefully that can show what we make. Hopefully we can use that to get a lot of performance in the in the race. In what, this is round 11, so it'd be 6 weeks time the video would be releasing, and it will be actually done in 3 weeks time, on the 13th of May. Cool. So hopefully we can show good pace. The results screen looking the best of all of them so far. 3 laps within a 10th of each other, and top 5 laps within 2/10 of each other. Looking really good. Session theoretical best just under 2/10 quicker as well. So with Austria being a really short circuit, the fact that there is 2/10 still to find is really good and really promising actually. The AI don't change too much around here from 79 to 89, So as long as we can get close to that improvement by the end of the season, it'll be really good. On to France then. Top 24% in the Ferrari, a 31.8. Let's see how well we can beat that. Going a little bit quicker on these ones because I've actually got left to say, because I quite like driving these circuits. However, invalidated lap times, we had 6 of them. Yay. And the fastest lap time that wasn't invalidated was a 31.5. The slowest that wasn't invalidated as well was a 33.9. Little bit large at the gap, so there probably was a mistake in there. The next closest lap would have been a 32.9, so maybe a mistake as well. Not much improvement over our personal best when you look on the average, because there was only one lap that was in the 0.5s and 6s, which is really annoying. However, it puts us into the top 20% of players, which is really nice to see, and keeps up the trend of being within the fastest quarter of players. Basically meaning that I'm expected to win a race if I'm playing against 4 random players on Xbox. Obviously, that is with uncertainties, because top 5. If there was 5 players, I'd be expected to win. That does come with uncertainties, of course, like not every player does time trial, and a lot of people are better in the race than they are qualifying. And I tend to not do well in short races. I tend to do well in long races. Is that why I'm doing long races? No, I think it's because I'm doing long races. I've just got used to them. The results screen. Unfortunately, session theoretical best is the exact same lap time. No laps within a tenth. And ignoring that 5th lap, fastest laps were within 4/10 of each other, including that fastest lap, that last lap there, 1.4 seconds. So we made a lot of mistakes around France. It is quite easy to do. Curbs are flat. That's why I like this circuit. The curbs are relatively flat, and it's much easier to go over them. And so it's easier to gain time. On to the final one then. Hungary, 20-minute mark. No beforehand screenshot, but a fairly consistent session, I'd say. Does it look like that? Yeah, kinda. Fast lap, unfortunately, only on lap 2 out of 12 was a 17.6. Not able to improve on it. Slowest lap was a 1 minute 18.5 on the penultimate lap. Annoying that we are going 5, 6, 9/10 slower than the personal best. Even still, 9 laps after setting the personal best. Nothing I can do about that. Actually, there is something I can do about that. I'm driving. Let's see if we can do something about that when we get to Hungary at the end of the first half of the season. Not really got high hopes for Hungary. AI were quite close to me last season, and it's expected that the AI have got quicker by 2 seconds, because I expect one AI level to be 1/10. Obviously, that's not the case, but I'd like it to be, because that's simple in my head. And as an engineer, I like things simple. I'm not even an engineer yet, and I'm saying I'm an engineer. As the race engineer, I like things simple. onto the results screen, onto the leaderboard screen. Results screen comes next. We're only in the top third of players. Very disappointing. Top 32% of players, 17.6 only puts us here. Yeah, really need to work on Hungary. Hungary is my worst circuit. That's why the AI is so close. Really weird that it's Monaco without the barriers that's the worst. I guess it's because I try too much because there are no barriers, but it's just the low speed in Sector 2. Really messes me up. I know Monaco is low speed, but to me it seems like there's more low speed at Hungary than there is at Monaco. Or there's enough at Hungary to topple Monaco, which is really weird since Monaco is the king of slow. So yeah. Now we can go on to the results screen. And this looks a little bit more promising. No lap within 1/10 of the fastest. However, overall 5 laps within 7/10 of each other, which is nice to see. Unfortunately, the session theoretical best is only an 10th improvement. However, like I said last time, and Tesco's slogan is, every little helps. And so if we can find that 10th in the race later, and even more, that'd be much appreciated. And we can push on to get better at Hungary. Got nothing else to say, so we can move on to comparisons. Now these guys are back. Time trial, calendar order of these circuits first. So as you can see, we have Spain, Monaco, Azerbaijan, Canada, Great Britain, Austria, France, and Hungary. Not much to report here. Quite varied on the rank actually. Much more difference on the rank here. Obviously, we still have Monaco, the worst rank in 2 of them. Not really surprised. But it's not as bad as Bahrain being the worst rank on all of them. Which hopefully isn't the case. It's quite weird to also see that Hungary is rank 6, 7, 8. Anyway, let's show you them in order of their rank. Time trial gap to the top time. Austria first, being just under 2 seconds behind the top time. Obviously, with Austria being a much shorter circuit, it's much easier to get close. But Great Britain, love my home circuit, coming in clutch in second place, 2.5 behind the top time trial. Whereas Monaco in last, 3.8 seconds behind the top time trial time, and Azerbaijan 3.5 seconds, and then the others between 2.5 and 3.0. Yeah, not much to report on the time trial gap because to me the gap isn't important. The percentage is... Oh, balls hasn't flipped screen to me. Oh, because I've zoomed in. Now it's flipped screen. I was hoping... Right, for you, that's going to transition perfectly. For me, it didn't. As a percentage, what's on top? Great Britain. The only circuit to be within 3% of the fastest time. Great, brilliant, absolutely love it. Monaco, the only circuit to be to have a time trial percentage gap greater than 5%. Hungary, actually not too bad. 3.99%. Really close with Canada, 3.88%. So it's really quite interesting to see how each circuit is actually not dependent on its length, and how, even though I am terrible at Azerbaijan, the percentage is only 3.6. And how Austria, being 2 seconds, is still quite high in terms of percentage order. I'm just rambling on here. I don't know why. I keep doing it. Let's go on to the next one. Top percentage of Xbox players. This one has flicked over straight away for me. Austria and Monaco are top here. And this is what I mean. The length of the circuit and the gap to the top time trial time does not define if you're good at the circuit. However, a lot of people hate Monaco, so I'm one of those weirdos that actually does race and time trial around Monaco, so it's a lot easier to get higher on the leaderboard. Any shocks? Maybe Spain down in 7th, but 23 top 23%. The only one above 20% with Azerbaijan. We are ignoring Hungary because, well, Hungary was just the worst by far in almost all departments. Take out Monaco and Hungary is okay. Take out Monaco and Azerbaijan, and Hungary is the worst in all departments by quite a bit. So that's these circuits all done and dusted. Let's move on to the entire. Why have I zoomed in? Let's move on to the entire first half of the calendar. There we go. Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, Australia, Miami, Imola before that, Spain, Monaco, Azerbaijan, Canada, Great Britain, Austria, France, and Hungary. 13 circuits, 13 ranks, only 3 screenshots. Let's get straight into it. Looking at the gap, most of them within the 2 second range. Only Bahrain, Monaco, Azerbaijan within the 3 second range, and Austria within the 1 second range. Percentage terms, the only outliers, Great Britain being between 2% and 3%, and Monaco being between 5% and 6%. Time trial percentage, leaderboard stuff. First half of the season, much better, between 10 and 15%, except Bahrain, which is joined by Spain, Azerbaijan, and France being 20 or above percent. And then obviously Hungary, the outlier, in the 30%. So let's actually get into the ranking then, shall we? Ranked by the time trial gap, Austria heads it once again, and Monaco tails it once again, with Australia and Imola being quite high up there. It's nice to see. And circuits that I enjoy driving, Great Britain, high up there. Spain, yeah, it's alright. Australia, really enjoy. Imola, I quite like, it's okay. Canada, quite like, nice to see it's in the middle of the pack. France, I quite like, nice to see it's in the middle of the pack. Saudi Arabia, like, love, nice to see it's in the middle of the pack. Would have liked it to be a little bit higher though. Miami, yeah, it's okay. I'd just done that race this morning actually. You'll have to wait till the video. But if you watched the video before coming to see this one, why? And yeah, you know my feelings right now. I haven't slept since then yet. I'll do that tomorrow. Just before. Well, no, I'll sleep now, but I'll have slept since then. Then being the Miami Grand Prix tomorrow. It's a little bit confusing. I'll explain in the Spain video. Azerbaijan, Monaco, not surprised to be at the bottom. Let's move on to the next ranking then. Not to dwell on the same thing for too long. The rank as percentage. As I said, Great Britain, the only one between 2 and 3%, and Monaco, the only one between 5 and 6%. Here's where Saudi picks up the pace, shoots towards the top. Great Britain and France also like to drive up at the top as well. And Monaco, down at the bottom, don't really like driving it. Azerbaijan, in the middle, represents my feelings. Canada does not represent my feelings. Would be with Saudi and Spain if I was actually ranking them based on my opinion of the circuit. Spain's a little bit high. Australia, yeah, it's all right. Miami, a little bit high for me. Imola, yeah, it's about right. And Bahrain, I've done it so much because I've restarted so many career modes that it's actually getting a nuisance, becoming one of my least favourite circuits just because I've driven it so much. Which is bad, which is annoying. It's a good circuit. I've just driven it too much. So yeah, I think we've got one more screenshot to go. Yes, we have. The final one, Xbox players. Saudi Arabia heads it, top 12%. And Australia, Miami, and Imola following closely, top 15%. Then 5 more circuits fill out the top 20%. These ones being Monaco. Still don't know. But I do know why, but still can't believe. Austria, Great Britain, Canada, and France. And then we have 3 more circuits to fill out the top quarter of players. Azerbaijan, Bahrain, and Spain kind of represent my feelings about these circuits. And Hungary, top 3rd players. The less said, the better. But if we do say less, we've got to make sure that we say more on circuit. So, Bahrain Grand Prix should be video release in a couple of days' time if I don't procrastinate again. Yeah, I really don't have a lot of time, so I kind of prefer to do the stuff that I enjoy more than this. Which, when I'm making myself feel bad actively instead of doing it on the fly, I'm actively making myself feel bad here. Yeah, you can see why I don't really want to do this, but I enjoy making videos. So I've got nothing else to say. So I'll say goodbye, and I hope you have a good rest of the day, because this should be coming out at 4 PM. So goodbye, and have a good rest of your day. I know I've said that twice, but I'm going to say it a 3rd time. Goodbye.